A crisis intervention team summit is bringing law enforcement, mental health, and recovery partners together at the Center on Market today, sharing tools to better respond when someone is in crisis. Our Cassidy Fury shows us how the summit is shaping the future of crisis intervention.
Inside the Center on Market, crisis response partners from across West Virginia and beyond are in the same room with one goal: improve the way communities respond to mental health and substance use emergencies. Organizers say this isn't just a training, it's a summit built around presentations, networking, and resources agencies can take back home.
A lot of people think that we're doing a training, and that's not what we're doing today. We're actually bringing in a lot of presentations. We call it a summit. We like to bring folks together from all over the state who are doing this amazing work in crisis response and kind of transforming what crisis response looks like in the community.
One of those voices is Ernest Stevens with the Council of State Governments Justice Center, keynoting on why CIT remains relevant no matter where you serve. Stevens was also a main subject of the 2019 HBO documentary Ernie and Joe, Crisis Cops.
You know, crisis intervention training is an evergreen topic, so it doesn't matter, the time, the day, the month, the year you train in crisis intervention training. It's always going to be applicable to members in the community that have a mental health diagnosis because they're going to be coming into contact with first responders and other stakeholders. So the more you're able to train together to understand each other's language, the better able you're going to be able to provide services to the members of the community.
Crisis intervention training started decades ago in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Memphis Police Department's CIT coordinator says the course still comes down to one thing: communication.
The basics of all of it is communication. Communication skills is the basics for everything. It's more challenging today because we all live by the text messages. So it's really developing those communication skills, because communication is only a small part from a verbal standpoint. It's facial tones, it's body language, it's all those things that we have to incorporate to make a connection with people.
Menon says the summit also puts real-world partnerships on display, from treatment and behavioral health providers to peer support teams embedded with departments. That includes peer liaisons, people who respond alongside officers to connect someone in crisis with help that isn't handcuffs.
Law enforcement across the state is running into the fact that we can't arrest our way out of things like substance use, mental health, homelessness, things like that. So I kind of act as that middleman, a liaison, if you will, to get people connected to the resources they truly need.
Bennett says her day can involve checking on unhoused clients, responding to overdoses, or meeting officers on scene, whatever the crisis calls for. Leaders here say the bigger picture is building systems that work, connecting law enforcement, clinicians, peers, and community resources, county by county. Organizers say the goal is for teams to leave with contacts, ideas, and strategies that they can use immediately in their own communities. In Parkersburg, I'm Cassidy Fury with WTAP News.
With expected severe weather in the Mid-Ohio Valley Tuesday, now is the time to make sure you are prepared. Our Thomas Chase spoke with the Ohio Emergency Management Agency and joins us live from Fort Borman with tips on how to stay safe. Thomas, what can you tell us?
Hey Phyllis, yeah, Tuesday is a first alert weather day as